The new and delete operators are used to allocate and free memory in C++. Let's make a working copy of new-delete.cpp and paste it in our working project and open that up. I'm going to go ahead and maximize it so you can see the whole thing. And let's take a look at how this works. You'll notice that I'm also including C standard def, and that's because the null constant exists in that header file in C++. In C, it's usually kind of declared everywhere because it uses it so much. We start out here at the top. We use the new operator to allocate memory for count integers. So there's int and there's count, and our count is 100. So this will allocate space for 100 integers. The new operator takes as its operand a type and optionally a count in square brackets to tell you how many. So if I were to just say new int like this, it would allocate space for one integer. And this allocates space for count integers, which is 100. And the new operator returns a pointer. And so in this case, I'm declaring and initializing a pointer to int called IP. I then check if IP equals null, and if it does, I put out an error message that new failed, and I return a failure code. Otherwise, I step through count pointers, incrementing the pointers, and populate this data structure with integers, and then I print them out. And then I use delete to delete the space. It's important for every new that there be a corresponding delete. If I allocate something with new and I do not delete it with delete, I'm going to have a leaky program and it's going to crash and have weird problems. So whenever you use new, it's important to also use delete. So we'll go ahead and put this back and save it and run it. And we see that we have 100 integers printing. Now, if I go ahead and make this a really big number, and I'm going to make this 15 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to save that and run it. I get an exception. It says malloc size blah, blah, blah failed. Set a breakpoint, terminate after throwing instance of bad alloc. And so we got an exception, and we didn't really get to our test here to see if new failed. And so there is an option to new called no throw, which you put in parentheses after the keyword and before the type. And I'll go ahead and save this and run it. And you'll notice that GCC isn't really obeying here. It still gives me its error message, but it's not throwing the exception. It still prints out the error message, though. That's not terribly useful. But you'll notice that I do get my new failed because I am able to actually test for new failed. So the new operator is used for allocating space for objects in C++. Every object allocated with the new operator must be destroyed with delete, otherwise your program will leak memory. So let's delete our working file and run clean to get set up for the next lesson.